So hi everyone. I don't. I haven't posted in a long time. I know that because I was very busy with my own preparation, and that is what this video is about. I'm talking about my step one experience, I would say. But before I even actually start that video, I want to give a big disclaimer. As of now, I have only given the exam. I don't know if I have passed it or not. Right. So take this with a grain of salt. If you are someone who is watching this to get some advice on passing the exam, go away right now. This is not about, you should probably not get advice from me. I am an average or an maybe above average student at best, right? This is just me documenting my journey rather than giving advice. If I made this video after I passed or failed, that result would influence what I am thinking about the exam right now. So I'm not really going on a script right now, but I do have a text file that is telling me what points to get across. And let's start from the beginning. So what happened, right? I, in my first year itself, was very confused regarding the whole USMLE versus NEET PG conversation, right? And you can have that convo for days and months and years, and people do have it within themselves, right? People keep on debating whether to give this or give that or give not. For me personally, there are plenty of reasons to be here. There are plenty of reasons to not be here. I wanted to take a little bit of risk. I took it. I gave the exam. That's it. I don't think more explanation is needed as of now. If someone wants to know a bit more regarding why I chose to do that, you can definitely comment or message me. I'll let you know. But as of now, I gave the exam on June 15th. So usually the result comes in 2 to 3 weeks, but there's a little bit of a backlog right now, so might take a month to get it. I'm not waiting. I'm not very eager to get it. Okay, take your time. I have nothing to do in my life right now. Okay, what is my status right now? I gave the exam on June 15th. I gave it my all. If you asked me on a scale of 0 being you did not bother at all and 100 being you gave every single second of your life to that, I would say my effort would be at least 90, 95, 93, around that. Okay, so I put in a lot of effort and went and gave that exam. Okay, talking about how I actually prepared for the exam, it's a little unconventional. I wouldn't say most people do it how I did it, but so there's a few ways you could do it, right? You could go for a video resource, do your UWorld, that is your question bank, then attempt your test practice tests, and then give the exam itself, right? I didn't even touch the first aid, so because to me personally, I tried using first aid, but that just didn't work for me. To me, it was just a long list of things that you have to read. It didn't work for me. I was very weak in my foundational, so I definitely needed something that would build me up from ground up, which is why I went for boot camp. And obviously, I'm not sponsored or anything. I'm not big enough to sponsor by anything as of now. So, but it was good. If someone asked me, would you do it again, I would definitely say yes. And if I would definitely recommend it to other people also. The lectures are good, the notes you get are good, and I think most of your job is done. For foundational building, I used bootcamp as my video resource, and then I went and started UWorld. So if you don't know what UWorld is, I think most people watching this video will know what UWorld is. It is a USMLE question bank, right? It's the one resource you shouldn't pirate, and it's the one resource you probably should max out on. I didn't do it. I didn't have the time to do it. I only managed to do about 80% of it. And a lot of people have different methods of going through that. I mean, I don't know if anyone is actually interested in hearing it. If you are, let me know. I will tell you the whole thing. But I personally started from from the very first block that I did. I started with mixed, random, all systems, timed. So like an exam pro. Initially you don't score that good. Initially you might have blocks where you go 30, 33, 35, 40, whatever. But as you do a lot of UWorld, as you go through 20, 30, 40% of UWorld, you then start to come up. And by the time I was finishing or almost getting ready for my exam, I was regularly scoring anywhere between 55 to 70 percentage on my final blocks, right? So UWorld is good. Definitely do UWorld if you are someone who is planning to do it, and it is a learning source, right? So don't. I mean, it is a learning source, right? So don't bother too much on how much you are scoring in UWorld, right? Forget about it. You could score 30 on one block and 60 on the other. It doesn't matter at all. Forget it. So okay, so to summarize how I prepared, I used Bootcamp as a video resource. I made my notes. I used UWorld as my question bank source. I learned from question bank itself. I used to add stuff from my question bank to my bootcamp notes, revise the notes, attempt the question bank, revise the notes, attempt the question bank. It was a cycle that went on for about 3-4 months at least. I don't know, maybe even more. Moving on and talking about the last few months or last 2, 3, 4 months, that is what people like to call it a dedicated period. I mean, it's crunch time basically. You try to give it your all, and given that I had a, I would say, not that strong of a base, plus I wasn't really that. So what I usually, even in my normal college life, I used to do is I studied for like 2-3 hours a day a max. I'm not that big of a studier. I don't like to study that much. I mean, I only do as much as I need to do. But and I used to do a lot of extra stuff like research, computer, YouTube videos, streaming, gaming, gym, football, whatever. I mean, I liked playing it, so I like doing a lot of new things in my day. So I had a lot of time going into other activities and a lot less amount of time going into studies. That is how my normal day is, but it worked because there was the load wasn't that big, right? And for the last few months, I almost had to give everything up, right? I stopped going to the gym. I stopped playing football. I stopped doing almost anything that wasn't USMLE. All right, that was my life. You wake up, you study, and you sleep. That's it. And every once in a while in your life, you will have to do that. That's fair. That's completely fair. So, okay, yeah. So I did that, and I obviously I gained a lot of weight. I mean, don't go on how I look right now, okay? Because trust me, this is only because I got a haircut and got freshly clean shaved a day before this. I was looking homeless for almost a month or two. Okay, so don't look at this and think that, oh wow, he's fine. All right, it's not fine. And actually, another just small thing that I want to say is that if you are a troubled sleeper like me, you will not sleep. I will guarantee you that. In the final month, I barely got any sleep. Not because I didn't want to sleep, because my mind was running so much I could not sleep. The day before the exam, I could not sleep. I probably only slept like 3-4 hours because your mind is going so fast, and you just can't give it a rest. Right? Whatever you may try to do, it just doesn't happen. I mean, and you have to deal with it. There's no option. Okay, so with USMLE, the thing is that you can actually book the exam date on your own. You get a 3 month slot, and within that slot, you can book it whenever you want. So I decided that I wanted to be done with my exam at least 2 or 3 weeks before my prelims so that I can actually have time to finish my prelim work. And so I did that. I booked a slot, and the question was booking the date, right? The big question is, when are you going to book the date? You book the date when you are scoring good in your tests, practice tests, or NBMEs, or free 120, whatever you like to call them. And the thing is that a lot of people, there's a big debate around how much is enough in your practice tests. On USMLE itself, you have to get more than 60%, which is generally said that if you do more than 60% of your questions right, you are going to pass, right? There's a lot of discourse online about what scores you should already have before booking your exam. Some people say have 3 papers above 65. Some people say have at least one above 70. Some people say above 60 for like a lot of papers is good. There's a lot of discourse around it. But me myself, I was almost plateaued around the 63, 64, 65 marks. 63, 64, 65%. Speaking for myself, I was plateaued for about 2 months on 63, 64, 65. So, and I tried a lot to go above that. I tried to breach into the 70s, but I just couldn't. I really tried, but I couldn't. I was giving it my all. It wasn't like I was doing it lazily or not. I had almost, and I had been stuck on that level for almost 2 months now, right? So the fear in my mind was that instead of going up, I might actually come crashing down, because I could feel that I was forgetting a stuff that I had learned at the very beginning of my prep. So I thought, rather than me risking myself burning out, ex- prolonging the exam, let's just book it. Let's just be done with it. I was stuck on 63, 65 for like 2 months now. I had been done with it. All right, whatever I take, I get that marks only. I knew that whatever I was going to take, I was going to get at least 60. All right, and I did that. My free 120s were above 63, 65. My NBMEs were at that level, and so I did that. I mean, it might prove a little risky in the future, but who knows, right? So let's talk a little about the test day itself. I actually took a practice test like 4 or 5 days before taking my actual exam. I went to the city, I went to the center, and I gave a practice test. It was a free 120. You know, with big exams like this, you would probably want to minimize all the other external factors that can affect you. So I did that, and I would say, yeah, the testing center itself was very good. This, you could feel that the standards at this testing center were definitely higher than the one you are used to. And the exam, if someone came up to me and asked me how, okay, hey Devad, how was your exam? I would say good, not bad, because I did solve stuff and a lot of stuff was familiar to me, and I could feel I was solving the paper. Don't get me wrong, there was stuff that I had never seen in my life before, right? But that's normal with USMLE. There's obviously going to be stuff that you're never going to see. I don't even remember it at this point. So going out or coming out of the exam, I didn't feel that it went bad. If you give a bad exam, you fucked up, right? I didn't feel that. Nor did I feel very good. It's a very confusing feeling. So, because, and you might have heard it, right? Usually with this exam, it's very common for people to come out and not know whether they are passed or not, right? You could be a brilliant scholar and you give this exam and you come out, you will never know how it went. That is what I've heard. That may be true or may not be true, I don't know. For me personally, it went good, I would say. I came out, I was happy, I was relaxed, and but there is still a little bit of doubt in my mind, so I don't know. But I'm happy that it's over. That's the main thing. I'm very happy that it's over. For the last 2-3 months, I was so locked in, it was causing me physical and mental stress. And I'm finally happy that it's over. I can focus on some other things right now. If you go online, the number one advice you will get to do after the exam is to get high and play video games. That's the only thing you could do. I don't get high, so I will play video games. A lot of it. I completed GTA 5 after a long time. I am completing Resident Evil. I'm playing Batman Arkham Knights right now. I have Battlefield downloaded. There was a Steam sale right now, so I got a lot of new stuff. I am very happy that the exam is over. That is my main statement right now. Mhm. So the big question, right? Will I pass? I I wish I could very confidently say yes, 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 but I don't know. I mean, I would say the exam went good, but if tomorrow the result comes and it says fail, I don't know. I don't know at this point. If tomorrow it says fail, either I fucked up, either I was clueless and made a huge severe mistake somewhere, or I was dumb enough not to realize that I made a mistake. But I don't think I should fail because the exam went okay, it's decent, I would say, and it's good. It's a very confusing feeling. You don't know how to articulate it into words. Nobody knows. Trust me, nobody knows. So, what if I do pass, right? What if I do pass? Okay, so what if I do pass? So, if I pass, I would probably take a little vacation and then come back, start preparing for step 2, or at least think about how to start preparing for step 2, get a little more involved in the research work, CV work, and plan things ahead. What if I fail? Okay, so what if you do fail? I mean, it is a possibility, and it's not a very, very small possibility. There is a chance that you will fail exam. And I will be sad. I'm not going to lie. I will be sad, and but I'll handle it. I mean, it's not the first exam you failed in your life, and it probably won't be the last, so it will be fine. And if I do fail, I would have to take a serious, deep look inside my own thinking and my own ambitions, whether I want to actually go through this path or don't not bother with it at all. I don't know what I would do. It's a big question, and I would probably take my sweet time to decide what I do if I do fail. But let's just hope I don't. And now the main thing, right? What did I learn through this entire journey of preparing this for this step 1? I definitely feel that my knowledge has expanded quite a lot, and I wouldn't say I'm a better doctor, but I would definitely say that I know a lot more right now. Maybe it is just because I was studying for 8 hours a day for this exam, but I definitely know a lot more, and I can feel that I can actually understand a lot of the things that I previously would not have if I had not attempted this exam. So I don't want to say that I feel smarter, but I feel smarter. And I mean, I don't have a better word for that. And there's a lot of things you learn regarding the exam and yourself. Like at first, the thought of giving an 8-hour exam, it kind of haunts you. But as you do a practice session of 8 hours, as you do another practice session of 8 hours, and then you give the actual exam, you learn that yes, it's possible. You can do it. You don't want to do it every day, but once in a year, you can probably do it. It's not that big of a deal. What I learned is that definitely you should keep pushing yourself, and there's a lot of stuff to learn out there. It never ends. I mean, medicine never ends, right? We all know that. And I do feel like I am in a better position right now than I was, I would say, an year ago. I'm definitely in a better position, personally speaking, from my own mental state and from my own experiences, that I did actually enjoy studying for this. While it was very stressful, I did enjoy that, and I did enjoy going to the city, different city, and giving an exam. Now, whatever the result may be, I will obviously have to accept it mostly, and I will move on with other things in my life. So, I have a research project that I actually haven't completed it yet. I have to complete that. I have to read for my prelims. I haven't touched my third year subjects at all, and I have a lot of stuff to do and catch up on, and quite possibly some vacations too. So do that, and I think that is it for this video. So again, I want to reiterate that I haven't passed it yet. I have just given the exam. If you're watching this video expecting some advice on how to pass, you probably should not be watching this video. This is just me documenting my own journey. So I would like to say that I actually learned a lot. I met a lot of different, and I wouldn't say new, but a lot of different people in this journey, and it's been very fun. I hope I pass. If I don't, okay, whatever, and I will update you whenever the result comes. So for now, that's all from me. Bye bye.